Hi, good afternoon to all traders. I welcome you all to today's live stream. So, starting a couple minutes early today, since I have few observations to share. We'll begin in 2 minutes and we'll look into today's action and see if there's anything interesting in today's session. So, let me just share my screen. I hope my screen is visible. If you guys have any questions or comments, just put it in the comment section. So we'll begin having a look at today's session and see how the market is behaving today. So it is mostly a flat kind of a session for both the Nifty and Bank Nifty. Both are hovering around the positive to negative, negative to positive territory. Like at one point, Bank Nifty was up more, and right now it is showing as negative, and Nifty is marginally up. So the important levels from index point of view are the good 19300 is a good support from options put OI point of view. There is a decent amount of put open interest here, and 19400 is a good resistance for this particular expiry with respect to the call open interest. So now, since only 2 days are left to monthly expiry, whether we spend 2 more days in the same range or we break out or break down is yet to be seen. So till then, this is the small range one can expect for the market to be in. For the Bank Nifty, 44,500 is the key level where we are seeing a lot of put as well as call OI. So that is a level above which Bank Nifty should be able to sustain properly to ensure a further upside. Otherwise, it remains sideways from here. If we do not see any significant, uh, if we do not see it sustaining above 44,500 or even sustaining below 44,500. So that's it from the options point of view. Overall, the session has positive breadth. 37 of the Nifty stocks are positive, and almost 300 stocks in the Nifty 500 are positive today. Similar thing is visible. More than double stocks then the short side are showing long build-up in FNO segment, which is 110, and 64 are showing short build-up. So overall, the breadth looks positive today, but the headline indices are mostly flat. Where the action is today, then the top indices that are showing up is the Nifty Reality, Metal, and Commodities. So the action is in these high beta names and as well as the small stocks, which are the micro cap index. So negative on the negative side, PSU Bank is there for today. That is led by few names as well as Nifty FMCG is marginally negative. Otherwise, all other indices look positive. So let's just skip to the FIDI data to see uh, any change there or not. So no real change. FIs are still net sellers to the extent of 1400 crores, and almost similar figure is the buy side figure from the DIS. So cash market data looks similar since the peak we formed in mid of July. And if we go to derivatives, then the day over day change data for yesterday looked good, wherein FIs reduced their uh, index future shorts by the extent of 8,000 contracts and added 116,000 contracts of index calls, as well as reduced their index puts position by 6,400 contracts. So with respect to index, all three parameters are bullish day over day, but overall the OI still remains high on the short side, which can we can see in the sentiment. So at the bottom, they had been short to the extent of 42,000 contracts, and right now it stands at 30,958. So slightly up from there, but still in the short OI category. From the swing point of view, swing is mostly flat for the day. That is same as yesterday, around the 50 to 60 mark, and similar is the case with average swing. So we're still awaiting confirmation from the price itself, and the positive divergences with the put call ratio and other indicators that we have noticed still remain as is. So there is no change as such there. But if I go to the diffusion indicators, you can see that percentage of stocks above the 20 DMA which was oversold back here, is today picking up from 30 to directly 50. So which is about 20% more Nifty stocks. That is 20% of 50 is 10. So 10 more stocks are closing above 20-day average for the Nifty, which is a good observation for the breadth. If you look at the broader indices, there is a pickup in the number of stocks above 20-day average. If I look at the percentage of stocks of RMI buy, this had already picked up and it's right now consolidating there. In terms of net new highs, which we noticed that the histogram started to reduce, that is, more stocks started to make highs relative to lows. So that is also intact, but we still need good positive closes from the Nifty to say that, yeah, all this is over or not. So for that, I'll just jump to the Nifty chart directly and let's see if we have anything to share there. So on the chart, it took resistance intraday directly from the 10-day average. The level for today is 19,364, or you can round it up to 19,365. So that still remains a resistance. You can see it is getting rejected all throughout. So we need to see a good closing above 19,360 to get a clear sign that the market is trying to move up. And still no new signal from MACD. But let's go to our own setup, the Rohit setup, and try to look if there's any change. So right now it shows all the four things in red territory, but a while back when the price was slightly up, I saw the RMI going into bullish side. So right now it is not, since the price has come down a bit. So closing will be interesting to see. One thing, RMI can push to buy side today because due to the price action, as well as you can see that it can also close above the 40-day average, which is again at the 19,360 level, and 19,360 is also the 10-day average that we have been watching in the technical section. So that remains a crucial cluster resistance above which the setup will get a lot better for the Nifty index. We'll look at hourly to see if there is anything different. On the hourly, RMI was in buy, downtrend was also in buy, and it's trying to hold above the 20-hour average, which is at 19,308. So broadly, 19,300 is the support for the index, since there is a lot of factors there as well as the put open interest. So 19,300 is the level where index should get support, and once it is able to close above 19,360 decisively, that is where the other confirmations will follow for the uptrend. For the Bank Nifty, so surprisingly, this index has been, which was weaker earlier, is now stronger because it is above its 10-day as well as 20-day average. So it is possible that it may close above its 20-day average today, which is at 44,470. Right now, it's trading at close to 44,500. So 20-day average is a good sign of strength if it's able to sustain. And another thing to note is it had given a bullish MACD crossover in yesterday's session, and the MACD histogram was turning positive as well. So Bank Nifty right now looks better than the Nifty itself in terms of bullish view. If you look at the setup as well, the Bank Nifty already has the RMI in buy from couple of sessions as well as the downtrend in buy, and today it is trading above the 20-day average. Only last factor is the 40-day average on the daily chart. So that level is 44,560. So once that is crossed, it will add more evidence. Now we earlier we noticed that 44,500 also has a lot of call open interest. So that remains a resistance along with this 40-day average for this particular expiry. But once crossed, it should head further up. On the hourly chart, same is the case here. It had given the RMI as well as downtrend buy and also crossed the averages. And right now, it looks like it's consolidating. So the hourly average support comes in around 44,388 to 44,370. So that is the range intraday support one can consider uh, to be able to manage Bank Nifty. So that is a quick look at the indices with the key point being to watch out for the closing on the Nifty index, since if it closes slightly up, that is even 20-30 points up, we can see the RMI pushing to the buy side. So that will remain an interesting observation to watch out for. And yeah, so that's it on the headline indices. Going back to the heat map to see the action for today. So reality has been one of the top two performing indices in the last few days. So that index is showing relative strength. We can have a look at the Nifty reality as well. So this index is already making higher highs above the daily averages. MACD is very close to cross to the buy side. We look at the setup, then yeah, it had given RMI buy as well as downtrend reversal a couple of sessions back. But in today's session, it may close above both the 20 and the 40-day average, adding more evidence to this. So this Bank Nifty combined with the Nifty reality are the two pockets of strength in the current scenario where one can look for. So we'll go to the scanners to look for new signals. So I had already shared that we have launched this new seasonality scanner. So if we try to look at that for the last 10 years seasonality, let me just select indices and 10 days. So you can see I just ran a back test from 29th of August for the next 10 days based on last 10 years data. Then the index that I see on top is Nifty reality. So how does that, what does that mean is the median return the Nifty reality has given for the past 10 years data is 3.44%. So for the next 10 days, seasonality wise, this one looks strongest. So that is a good another factor to look out for. Let's just go to the watch out the signals if we have any interesting signals on the indices on the Dow trend. On the indices, Nifty Auto is giving a down to up signals. If we look at the FNO stocks, then there are a lot of new signals, but most of them are down to up and very few are up to down. So one of the big names is here HDFC Bank and then M&M. So many big names are here. One has to look for individual setup based on the trade setup or whatever you follow. But this is a decent amount of list you're getting in terms of reversal based on price action. If I try to go to the other one, that is the RMI scanner. Just a sec. I guess something is off with my internet. Let me try again. So I'm facing some issues with the internet. Let me just try to look at the components of one or two indices to see if we have anything interesting. So a couple of names that I noticed in the Dow trend scanner were HDFC Bank. Let's see. This one is crossing above its 10-day average today. In terms of the setup, this is interesting that you can see it is popping up a new RMI buy as well as a new downtrend reversal in the same session. So this is a good observation for the both of the indices because it is a large weightage stock. One needs to watch out for such setups. Another name that we saw, I think, was M&M. This one as well. It's looks like a better setup because it's already trending up and it is also crossing above its 10-day average today. In terms of setup, the daily RMI is in sell, but the averages are held and the downtrend is popping up a new trend reversal in today's session. So setups like this need to be watched out for both at stock and index level. So let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up for today. Okay, so we'll wrap it up. We'll continue tomorrow at the same time with live market analysis. Thank you all for tuning in.